Welcome back to Talkville as Ryan's sitting down and Tom's doing something on his computer. Their Ultimate Rewatch podcast. We're in the midst of season 7, and if you didn't get a chance to call our hotline or leave a question for this episode, make sure you do it for future ones. All that in the info is in the show description. Can you like press mute when you cough?
I'm trying to turn away. I just got
Well, you could just press mute real quick on the screen.
It happens so quickly.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll try. I will do my best.
Also, if you want to join Patreon and support this podcast, without you, we couldn't do this. And we're still thinking if we're going to do season 8, 9, and 10, but the patrons do make an impact. A lot of people ask me while we're in Chicago, and I'm going to do what I can. We'll see what happens, but please support Patreon, and that's the thing that keeps the show going. Let's just be honest. Without the patrons supporting and giving back to the show, we couldn't do it. So we're here.
You definitely wouldn't do season 8 without
right.
the patrons.
Yeah, without the patrons, no way. Patreon.com/Talkville. Also, a little shout out to someone who was very important to Smallville who passed away this last week, and that was Mark Snow. I noticed him on the Emmy. He did compose the music.
Yeah.
On the Emmys, I noticed the in memoriam.
Right.
I didn't know that.
It was really sad. I was like, wow, I didn't think, I had no idea. So it definitely hit me. I was like, oh man, he was so great. And I remember talking to him a few times and just telling him how great he was. And he was so sweet. So shout out, rest in peace, Mark Snow. My love goes out to your family. And thanks for all your hard work. It didn't go unnoticed. A few things. We're going to Cincinnati for a con coming up. We are going to Liverpool, Tom and I and Kristen. So get your tickets, Smallville Nights, all that stuff.
I think Laura's going to be there too. Yeah, there's a bunch of us.
A lot of us going, and also the Smallville Cruise. Get your tickets for the Smallville Cruise. It's going to be dynamite this year. I'm doing karaoke. The girls, I think, are doing karaoke. I'm doing a pajama party. I might do bingo. We're going to have excursions.
I'm playing cards.
Uno.
Yep.
Uno night. Uno night will be fun. Maybe we should do rock, paper, scissors night.
Tic-tac-toe night?
Tic-tac-toe. It's just a bunch of games.
Let's just go with Twister, all right?
Get one of those giant Connect 4s. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Remember Connect? I have a giant Connect 4 in the backyard.
That's why I'm thinking of it.
Yeah. Do you remember the commercial?
You can't beat my wife. You cannot beat my wife on giant Connect 4.
Do you know
she has
Connect
a gift.
4? The commercial was Connect 4. It goes, pretty sneaky, sis. Connect 4, a game by Milton Bradley. All right, let's get into this. Also, look, talkvillepodcast.com. You can get tons of merch. The Inside of You online store. You can get tons of merch. Smallville merch, scripts signed, Smallville lunchboxes signed, ship keys, Funkos, all the good stuff at the Inside of You online store or talkvillepodcast.com. If you want to go to my Instagram, at the Michael Rosenbaum, the Linktree, or at Tom Welling. We have a link tree of what we're doing, cameos, all that fun stuff and more. And Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath, my product, is available on Amazon for your dog's breath. You just put a capful in your dog's water and it's odorless, tasteless, and your dog doesn't even realize that their breath is getting great. So Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath, grab some while you can. Let's without further ado, let's get into season 7, episode 12. This is called Fracture. Title Fracture aired February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2008. Director James Marshall. Writers Caroline Dries. Guest stars Corey Seaver as Finley. Connor Stanhope as Little X. Allison Richmond Peckney Down as Lillian Luther. That's a long name. David Orth as Dr. Exposition. The synopsis is Lex gets shot in the head in Detroit. With the help of experimental Luther Corp tech, Clark goes on a mission inside Lex's mind to find Kara and Lois, but witness the depths of Lex's darkness in the process. Now, this was an interesting episode. How do we get there, though? How do we, all of a sudden the episode...
Did I miss something that her character had gone away with?
I thought I missed
amnesia?
Something in the episode before that kind of brings us into
I feel like I have
this.
amnesia.
Oh, well, Kara woke up in Detroit after Clark smashed the blue crystal. This was a couple episodes ago, and we haven't seen her in a minute.
Oh.
And so, I mean, this is also, again, writer's strike. So, we're missing a couple episodes where they might have connected the dots. But honestly, it was kind of nice to be just throw you right into it. I kind of appreciated that. There was no
Yeah, it was cool. It was just a little non sequitur. I didn't know exactly what was happening.
But that's what happened. In fact, actually, I realized the last episode where she woke up, I thought she went to a coffee shop, but she went to a diner. My bad.
In a rainy Detroit, Lex sneaks around a junkyard with Lois, armed with his gun and a GPS tracker. He finds Kara's discarded bracelet, while Lois finds Kara herself in a chain-link cage. Kara's captor, Finley, appears, holds a gun to Lois, and calls Kara Linda. Lois wriggles free, but of course gets knocked out. Lex and Finley shoot at each other. Finley gets hit in the shoulder, while Lex has been straight up Leo in The Departed id headshot.
Yeah. That's all I remember of The Departed is everyone got headshotted at the end. Anyway,
it was a little intense. It was a rainy night. You saw Lex lying there. That was gruesome.
Rain towers, freezing cold.
Do you know what's funny is I vaguely remember that night in the rain towers. It was.
Was this the night you screamed at Marshall?
Yeah, I think it was the night I screamed at Marshall. I was like, "We've got it! I'm freaking freezing! It's 10 below zero. I'm bald."
Oh no.
Because he kept making us do these shots, and it was just like, we got it. And he's like, he's like Kubrick.
Which shot was it? Do you remember?
It was a shot of me being shot, I think.
Where you kneel to the ground?
Yeah. It was just like over and over, and I was just drenched to the bone, brother.
I know, it looked cold.
In the cage, Kara tells Lois how she lost her money a month ago and she was taken in by the fine folks at the diner where Finley is a busboy. She can't believe Lex is dead, leaving us with missing pieces to connect. This kind of, I know Lois and Lex don't see eye to eye, but she wasn't really upset at all that I died. No, it didn't feel like there was any real emotion coming from anybody like, oh my God, holy, like it was just like, oh, he's dead. Lex is dead.
It can't be. No.
It needed to be something. I think it was, the direction. I think it needed a little more intensity of like what just happened. When people die, it is death, man.
I wonder sometimes that there's an old saying, it always looks better on a guy when he's not knowing, like he's not going to know what's going to happen, meaning in acting. And I wonder, because we all read the script, that when Lex was there about to die, in the back of our minds, we knew he wasn't. So maybe no one went there.
But the characters didn't know that. The characters are...
I know.
Well, they got like, I don't know, it's like more immediate stuff to deal with first. Okay, now we're locked in a cage. Let's figure out how to get out of this cage, and then we can deal with the dead guy. Maybe.
Yeah, but I was thinking maybe more like, oh my God, we got to get out of here. Lex is evac'd to Smallville Medical to help the line producer out with the budget. Lyle informs Clark and Chloe that Lex may never regain consciousness and gives them Lois's phone, which has a picture of Lex and Kara at the Detroit diner. Chloe offers to use her powers to save Lex, but Clark is hesitant. They head to the big sister lab at the Foundation, where Lana clickety-clacks out info on Project Intercept, LuthorCorp technology that links the interrogators and suspects' brainwaves and exposes the suspects' thoughts. Though several people have died doing this, Clark decides he's the man for the job. So he's risking his life for Lex, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that the way that was shot with the moving cameras with the three of us, I thought that was very elegant for a scene that really was just information. I thought it looked great.
Yeah,
I thought that was well done.
Yeah, I feel like they took a cue I think even shows after that took a lot of cues from this. Like the tech person is just working away, and then it's like, so to make it interesting, let's just keep the camera moving, because all we're doing is we're spilling information out.
Yeah. Lana and Chloe express concern as they enter the LuthorCorp lab, but Clark throws his jacket in a cool way, so we know he's good. Lionel enters with Dr. Exposition, who walks us through this in a Canadian accent. Lex won't remember the process.
Yep.
The deeper you get, the greater the risk. Don't lose track of the red door, because that's the link between subconscious and reality. With that, Clark is strapped next to Lex, and we commence. Ryan, take over.
All righty. Clark is zapped into the creepy dank hallway of Lex's subconscious.
I like how they shot this.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Cool.
Was it a new set or was it an existing one?
It was probably a sound stage, and they just built these walls and stuff.
I wonder if it was the same as the dam.
Damn. Who's that?
Who's that?
Wouldn't have been the dam, because the dam's too far away. I was thinking it might be a hallway from the
shit plant.
From the hospital, from the insane asylum. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, they could have kept that along.
I don't recall.
Yeah. Yep.
And that would track.
That would track.
He sees Lex's first encounter with Kara and clocks the red door, but a mysterious figure lurks behind him. Clark opens the first memory door and enters the diner. Kara, as Linda the waitress, approaches Lex's table with coffee. Lex says Linda doesn't suit her. She agrees and spills about her memory loss. Finley disapproves from a distance as Kara brandishes her bracelet, the only clue to her past. Lex offers the help of top-notch researchers, then a voice bellows, "What are you doing here?"
Well, I do remember this episode because it was the first time that Kara and I were doing, or Laura Vandervoort and I were doing some real scenes together. We just didn't get to work a lot together. And we got along really well. And her boyfriend was the bad guy. Mm-hmm. And that was her boyfriend for many years. And he was very, very sweet too. I wonder how he felt after later on we started dating.
Probably not great.
I don't think he minded.
I don't think he minded, actually, from what I understand.
I don't think he probably
Or maybe
minded.
he was just like swooned from a distance, like, oh.
I mean, it was
maybe
a long time later, but anyway.
Well, she's married now.
In the hallway, Lex, donning a white tuxedo, lifts Clark by the neck and screams, "Get out of my head!" Lex is whacked by a baseball bat wielded by a redheaded boy, Alexander, a.k.a. Lil Lex. He takes Clark's hand and sprints down the halls. And then he knocks on his door. "Father, I want to kill you." Revealing that Lex wanted him dead because he's his good part and makes Lex weak. Clark instructs him to look out for Lois and Kara, but before he opens the door, little Lex tells Clark that he's his best friend and darts into a hole in the wall. Why would he tell Clark he's his best friend? He just met him.
I know, that was...
It was kind of goofy. "You're my best friend." Okay, you're weird. Maybe you're my best friend, meaning that you're Lex's best friend, which I'm a part of.
I think, well, speaking as Lex's subconscious.
Yeah, okay. It was just a little hokey, but I went with it.
I thought it was sweet.
That little boy, he was great. He did a good job, but like the writing sometimes was very cheesy with his lines. Like, "I'm sorry, I'm this, Lex."
It seemed a little weak, Lionel.
It just seemed a little bit like kid on a show instead of like
Andy Griffith Kid.
Well, it just wasn't. It should have been more visceral, more real, and it just felt like he was saying the lines like, "You have to help me. I'm sorry." It just didn't feel authentic as much as I wanted it to. Anyway, I'm not going to bash this kid anymore. He was great in the other one. He's great. Lionel and Dr. Expo explain that this is, it wasn't his fault. It was the writing and the direction, I think, of that particular part. I mean, he was doing what he was told. Lionel and Dr. Exposition explain that this is unprecedented, and if Clark goes too deep, he'll never get out. Sounds like my Friday night. Go for a high five. Come on. Okay. Hey, baby.
Come on now.
Hey, all right. How are you? It looks good on you, though.
I thought it would have been cooler if when they showed Clark and Lex, they eventually lift them up more vertically. I think they should have been in that position the whole time. It's never fun when you see characters lying on their backs.
I understand what you're saying.
It's boring to me.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
Clark shuts the large metal door and finds Lil Lex painting a toy soldier. Lionel barges in and accuses Lil Lex of touching his briefcase, but Lil Lex instead snitches on his mother.
Why do you do that?
Lillian Luthor enters and presses Lionel on his secrets, namely Veritas. Lionel tosses her to the ground and storms out. Then Lil Lex tries to comfort his mother, but she snaps. "You've said enough," and leaves.
Yeah, I thought that was really mean that now his mother is like disappointed in him.
It's a lose.
You've said enough.
It's a lose-lose situation for him.
Yeah, it's like your dad's forcing you to say something, and then you say it, and then you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Here we are back in Lex's traumatic childhood, a perpetual lose-lose situation. That's exactly what that is. More flashes past a frame of stride gum for some reason. I noticed that, which we'll get into next week. And Clark re-enters the diner where Lex gives Kara a necklace of St. Anthony, patron saint of lost souls. Convinced that Lex is a humanitarian, Kara agrees to get the treatment. She steps away and Lois steps in, having just snapped the photo of Lex and Kara. They get into it, but suddenly hear Kara get snatched. Snatched. Go ahead.
Back in the lab, things are awry. Dr. Expo says Clark is too deep to be extracted and he'll have to find the exit on his own. Tux Lex grabs Clark from the hall and shoves him into a room where Lana is riding Lex like Secretariat.
Oh boy. Oh, brother, where art thou?
I totally don't remember this.
Tux Lex forces Clark's gaze on the sweaty intercourse as Lana whispers, "I will always love you," into Lex's ear.
I remember filming that. I remember, and I was just like, it was weird because I knew you were watching. Not only as Clark, but Tom's.
Because you couldn't be in two places at once. So when you were holding my head, I don't know what we were looking at.
No,
I remember.
Like me as a person, you were there seeing what I see because they had to shoot your footage of seeing me there.
No, I wasn't there when you and Kristen were shooting that. I guarantee you I wasn't there watching.
I remember you were.
Really?
Yeah, I remember you were.
Through a hole in the wall.
Yeah. And I rubbed it in your face, boy. Clark ejects himself into the hall where little Lex ushers him downstairs saying he found his friends. They bust through another door, and Clark finds himself at the rainy Detroit junkyard. He grabs the GPS tracker next to Lex's limp body. He flashes back to the hall, the red exit door in sight. But Tux Lex has little Lex in a chokehold, threatens to kill him, and drags him into another room. Clark follows, but is jolted with electricity. I think what they did was they liked that scene so much of, well, that hasn't happened yet. Has that happened yet where I tossed the kid in the fire?
Not yet.
Oh, that's later. Because it's when I'm dragging him, it's effective. It's creepy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it sets up when, the future.
Yeah, it's like I'm dragging my weakness, like you are not going to cripple me.
Do you remember if were you dragging the actor or was there a stunt actor?
I think I was dragging the actor, but I remember that he had like pads on and, I wasn't pulling him very hard. And I'm pretty sure it was him. Because in the lab, Dr. Expo is defibbing Lex, who's in cardiac arrest. Chloe strides in and says she can save him. Back in the subconscious, Tux Lex steps on little Lex's neck and raises a fire stoker. Chloe presses her fingers into Lex's chest, and they both illuminate. Tux Lex is aura blasted with Chloe's energy, and Clark tackles him through a table. Little Lex skedaddles as Clark wails on Tux Lex, who cackles and bleeds.
It's creepy.
It was creepy. I was really creepy in this. Lionel watches Chloe absolutely gobsmacked. In the subconscious, Clark finally reaches the red door. Little Lex begs him not to go. You're my best friend. Stay. Don't leave me, Clark.
Aww.
Clark's the only friend I've ever had.
I'll always be looking out for you.
Clark kneels in front of little Lex and asks him to promise that they'll see each other again and that they'll never stop fighting. The walls warp. They wave, and Clark is zapped through the door. Sad moment.
Oh.
It's like Clark couldn't even save him.
I mean, a lot. Just emotional yo-yoing for this kid, like to get dragged by you and then to have like this crying moment with Tom.
Yeah, it was like
it was kind of a lot to ask of this guy.
Yeah, it's almost like
it's abandonment.
Yeah.
You're seeing Lex's weakness, which you don't see as weakness, you see as a little boy who wants to be taken care of and given unconditional love and never had it, and he never will, and you're trying to give him as much as you can in the brief time that you're there, Clark
awakens in the lab, knowing where to find Lois and Kara. Lionel cradles Chloe in his arms, and Clark instructs him to take her home. No doctors. In the junkyard, Lois picks the lock. She and Kara make a run for it. Finley corners them, but before he can pull the trigger, Clark super speeds in, topples over a pile of cars, chucks Finley, and dips out. Lionel then visits Lex in his room at Smallville Medical.
Lex, son.
Lex says he feels fine, and that's the problem. Lionel lies and says that he gave the last dose of Queen's RL-65 he was saving for himself to Lex. Lionel squeaks out, "I love you, Lex."
My son.
Lex blinks and scoots past him without a word.
I wish there was a scene with Clark and Lex where Clark says, "Lex, there's still good in you. I saw it when I was inside. I saw it, and there's a part of you that wants that it's still good. Just dig deep, find it, do whatever you can." In so many words. And, so I think that could have been a cool moment. But Clark meets Chloe at her apartment and tells her that she had no heartbeat for 18 hours. Bring her to the freaking hospital. Breaking his previous record by 3 hours. How about 3 hours and 30 minutes? You take me to the hospital.
I don't know if I just made this up, but when she saved Jimmy, there was no problem because she has love for him. So every time she saves somebody she doesn't like, it costs more.
But she saved Lois.
But did she have any fallout from that?
Yeah, she ended up in the morgue and they like toe tagged her and everything.
Yeah, they the old toe tag.
That's right. They actually talked about that in the episode.
But Jimmy's was just a little cut in his finger, and in those two instances, she was basically like trying to save people who were dead.
Clark wants to knock her off power usage, and Chloe surprisingly agrees. More confused now than ever, she wonders why she was chosen to be in charge of such an amazing gift. And at Luthor Manor, Clark asks why Lex didn't call him in his search for Kara. Lex lies that Lana hung up on him when he did call. Clark says there's still good inside Lex. Oh, he does say that. And hits him with his own quote, "There's nothing lost that can't be found." And at the Talon, Kara listens to her favorite song on her Samsung upstage with Sprint music. Lex approaches and she tells him that she feels like Clark is still keeping secrets from her. Lex says, "Let's do the memory treatment and get the truth out once and for all." Closing thoughts. Did we find Alexander's presence moving or too sappy? I felt it a little too sappy and somewhat moving.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
You obviously wrote that because you felt it too.
I liked it. Yeah, I mean, it was a question posed to me by Raj. But
I mean, the episode makes no sense without it.
No, but like, because I did like it, but I know
what you're saying.
But I also hear what you're saying as well. And so I'm glad this question was posed.
Yeah. Memory loss has been used in several episodes, including Lineage, Relic, Memoria, Reunion, Progeny, and Lara. How did this one stack up? I thought this was, I thought Memoria was probably the best out of all that, and Lineage too, and I think this one was right up there. It was good. Could you ever trust someone again if you saw their darkest thoughts firsthand? I don't know if you could, Ryan. Like, if you got in my head and you saw some dark shit, you'd be like, I don't want to hang out with that guy.
I'd like to think I could. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's like, you understand where the darkness comes from, but does that make this person more appealing, or does it, I mean, how does it help like your empathy?
Think about it. I guess you could say they have these dark thoughts, but they don't act on them, and in return they actually do acts of kindness and are good. So they are able to harbor the those bad thoughts and keep them at bay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You couldn't deal with it.
I don't know. It's hard. Well, I mean, I
deal with it.
I absorb a lot.
I get dark thoughts.
I'm spongy.
Interesting things of note. Kara going by Linda is not a nod to Linda Lee Danvers, which is another Supergirl identity in the comics. Corey Sevier, who played Finley, is Laura's ex. He did a great job. The writer's strike ended 2 days before this aired. Costume designer Caroline Cranston, who I love, used color symbolism to represent power loss, psychological regression, and trust manipulation, and Kara's palette shift to muted tones mirrored her fading identity. Talkville is brought to you by AGZ from AG1. You know how much we love our AG1, and now AG1 has created AGZ. So you wake up with AG1, and for me, it was energy and clarity and no brain fog. And when I go to bed, I haven't really found something that helps me have a restful sleep and then wake up not feeling groggy until AGZ. And it's the same sort of thing. Tom, you just take a 4 to 6 ounces of your preferred liquid with 1 packet of AGZ and get ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's just like AG1. It's easy to mix, easy to drink, tastes great, feels great in my stomach. And I felt like I just had a more restful sleep. I think it was easier to go to sleep. When I woke up, kind of felt like more ready to go. And I really like it, especially for travel, which I just came back from a trip and I took it with me. And I found that it helped because sometimes you get thrown off by time changes and whatnot. And it just gives you that routine, gives you that thing that your body needs.
Look, AGZ is a nightly drink designed to support restful, restorative sleep. Formulated with clinically studied key ingredients like calming adaptogens, herbs, and minerals at amounts supported by research, AGZ is designed to help you wind down in the evening and wake up feeling refreshed. And it isn't a melatonin-based supplement. It's a combination of nutrients with benefits that compound over time, all to work in harmony with your natural sleep cycle without overdoing it. This stuff really works. AG1 has done it again with AGZ. So if you want to wake up feeling refreshed and getting a good night's sleep, I suggest AGZ. While AG1 was meant to be enjoyed in cold water, you can enjoy AGZ either warm or cold and in milk or water. Feel free to experiment with what you like. Chocolate mint, mixed berry. It's your call. This is something I recommend. So, I mean, AG1 I've been using. Tom and I have been using it for a long time. A lot of patrons have been listening and using it, and they say it works. A lot of people across the country have said the same thing. So if you're ready to turn down the stress and focus on the rest, head to drinkag1.com/talkville to get a free frother with your first purchase of AGZ. That's drinkag1.com/talkville. All right, we are here with Dan from Chizona. What does Dan from Chizona mean, Dan? Are you from Chicago and Arizona, Dan?
Basically, yeah. So it's actually Chi-Zona, so like Chi-Town in Arizona.
So what did you like about coming to the Chicago Con? What did you enjoy about it?
Oh, I had so much fun. I mean, the Patreons, that was probably the best part, just being able to finally to meet the people from Patreon and putting faces to names and stuff like that. We had a great time, just all the hanging out and stuff, and seeing you guys. Michael and Ryan showed up to the Patreon dinner and kind of surprised us, and that was awesome. So, and getting the photo with you and Tom and also with Ryan as well. So it just had a blast all weekend.
Did you like the video I posted of all the patrons?
I did. Oh, you talking about the one where we're all waving and
yeah,
and we're saying something as we walk up to you. That was great. Also, I just want to shout out to Raj, Leanne P, Michael P, just so many people that were just involved in getting us all together.
That's beautiful.
We have some great patrons here, and they made this weekend so worth it.
When these patrons have become friends with each other and they communicate and they talk about the show and they meet up and it's just such a great thing that we've created and you guys have created, really. So we really appreciate it. So the episode is Fracture we're talking about. And what did you think about this episode?
It is one of my favorite episodes of all of season 7. In fact, Fracture and Wrath are my two favorite episodes of this season. And Fracture is probably at least a top 10, close to top 5 episode of mine.
Why?
So I really like the episodes where they go into people's memories. Like in the earlier season, I think it was season 3, when they were at the summer hole and they went to Lex's memories. Yeah, and then there's the one in this one where they go into Kara's memories earlier this season, and there's also in a later season, I won't spoil it, but they go into somebody's memories in that one too. I just love to see that aspect of Smallville, and I really enjoy it. I also enjoyed how they utilize Chloe's powers as well.
Yeah, what's cool is what I liked is Tom or Clark got to see sort of a glimpse into Lex's past and how he was treated by his father, and I thought he was really impacted by that, and that was kind of cool to see. It's like he could see that his old friend was truthful. He didn't live a great past, and this is what he had to deal with, and I think he felt something for him.
There's a quick line that Clark says when he's saying goodbye to little Lex, and he's saying, "I'm always going to look for you," and I thought that was a really good line.
Yeah,
because I will always be looking for you because you're the Lex I'm looking for. I mean, that sounds ridiculous.
No, I know what you're saying. You're saying that in Lex and of all the darkness and everything, I'm always going to be looking for the good in you.
The light, yeah.
At the end of the episode, he says, "I know there's still good in you. I know there's still good in Lex." And we see that in Alexander, because right now Lex is battling between himself and Alexander.
How did you get started with Smallville? Was it something you watched at the very beginning, and who did you watch with?
Actually, funny thing is, and some people found this out at the convention, I started watching it this February, earlier this year.
What?
I was actually out here in Phoenix. I was out here visiting my folks here in Arizona. And my dad was watching it in the living room, and I recognized so many people from this. I recognize you from Urban Legend, because Urban Legend is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
You told me that, yeah.
I had recognized... I recognized Schneidi from Night of the Twisters, because that's one of my favorite disaster movies of all time.
Oh my gosh.
And then I recognized Glover from Batman and Robin, because that's a childhood staple of mine, and Annette from It, and I'd recognized Chloe or Allison from Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. And so I recognized all these actors, and then I heard the music in the background. I'm like, oh, I love this music. It's music that I love from it's from when I was a child to my teen years. Just got hooked on the show, and then I went back to Chicago, and actually the very first episode I watched was Commencement. It was the finale of season 4, and I watched that in like half of season 5 with my dad. Then I came back to Chicago and then just binge watched it for like 2 weeks straight. Between that and in my layovers, I would just watch it in my hotel rooms and stuff like that.
Wait, I'm curious. Where did you recognize me from?
I actually did. Although I'd seen Smallville, like little bits of it, because I would watch, I think it was Seventh Heaven or Pokemon or whatever I was watching on the network at the time. Smallville would come on like right after, I think. And I do remember some little bits of it that I didn't actually get into the show. And I wish I did, because I've enjoyed it. I've watched it at least twice this year straight through. And I watch it almost daily. I actually watch it while I work out. Like when I'm working out at home, I'll watch a Smallville episode while I'm working out.
That's amazing. Well, look, we're so happy that you're a patron. I was so delighted to meet you this weekend. You were so friendly and fun and cool. And we hope to see you at another con, whether it's Cincinnati or Liverpool this year, or maybe the cruise next year. But regardless, I just want to say thank you for supporting the podcast.
So I'm hoping to make it to the next convention. I'm going to try to save up, plan out for it. I made so many friendships this last weekend that will be the stuff of legend.
I love it. Thanks, Dan. You're the best.
Thanks, Dan.
Now it's time for the hotline. We've got your questions and your voices right now. Patron privilege. This is Jay from Brooklyn. How you doing, Jay? What the hell are you doing?
Hey, guys. Michael Tom, Brian, Jay Brooklyn from Brooklyn, New York again, a.k.a. The Broken Hero. And this question is for Season 7, Episode 12, Fractured. Is Lex really a villain? Me, personally, he's not. He's a broken hero. All he needs is a hug, but maybe it's too late, because when his father said, I love you, he just shrugged it off. But what do you say? Is Lex truly a villain or just a broken hero?
I think he's, that's hard to say because he does villainous things. So it's like you can't be a hero when you're doing...
Villains, I read this one time, the difference between heroes and villains is villains have experienced hurt and they want other people to feel that pain, where heroes have felt pain but they protect other people from it. I think Lex thinks he's doing the right thing.
To a point. I think he's also really...
Which makes him
I think he believes what he's doing is right. I don't think you're wrong there. That's a tough one. I think he does need a hug.
That leaf blower is way too close.
Is it?
Now it is.
All right, let's go to Raj real quick. We'll listen to Raj's message. I think you will be able to hear it.
Gentlemen, Raj here. I just watched Fracture, and I really liked it. Thought it was basically a Smallville adaptation of The Cell, which is a movie I thought was really cool. But around the 23-minute mark, we see Lex force Clark to watch him and Lana in bed together. And I was curious, do you guys think that that's a real memory, or do you think that's some made-up fantasy that Lex wanted Clark to see and think was real? What are your thoughts?
I thought it was real, and I thought Lex was just rubbing it in, like the dark side of Lex. That's what I think.
I tell you what, I thought it was real, but Raj, I think that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Erica from Pasadena.
Similar question, but...
Hi guys, Erica Not Durance from Pasadena calling for Season 7, Episode 12, Fracture. So, as a female fan who would never complain about a good makeout scene between beautiful people on this show, I gotta say, Brain Lex forcing Clark to watch him and Lana in bed gave me the ick. Any memories from Tom or Michael regarding the scene from back in the day, or is the takeaway just another nail in Lex's humanity coffin at this point? Love the show, love the podcast.
I tell you what,
Thanks,
what I thought was there's a lot of people who watch Smallville with their kids. And all of a sudden this was happening, and all I could think was like, how many parents were like, whoa, 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 because it's so out of the ordinary for our show.
Yeah. I said this before, but I think in Lex's mind, he wants Clark to see this. And I think it's
he
real.
wants him to
I think it did
suffer.
happen. Trixie from Chicago.
Hey, Trixie from Michigan here with two questions about Season 7, Episode 12, Fracture. Michael, you worked with the youngest actor I've seen on the show so far. How did you manage the scary scenes without frightening the child? And Tom, that young actor looked like he could outrun you. Was that true?
I remember, honestly, I was playful with him, but I also... I said, hey, I'm going to get really angry or I'm going to get really, but it's just me pretending. So don't, and I would let him know that. So he wasn't too scared. I want him to be scared, but I also want him to know that, hey, I'm funny in this. And when I start doing this, it's, because I don't want to really think you never know. You just want some old actors to be comfortable. So
was he just texting his agent and not looking at you and, hey, where's my fucking latte?
No, he was sweet, and I didn't have any problems with him. He was a sweetheart. He certainly was a sweetheart. Natalie from Michigan. What are you and Trixie getting together? Yeah, you from Michigan? Yeah, doing that.
This is Natalie from Michigan. I have a question for the episode Fracture. And Michael, were you given specific director instructions? Did you feel kind of free to explore kind of the more crazy, darker, evil side of Lex? And was that fun for you?
Thank you. Natalie, honestly, I remember if a director says dark, I'll give them that. But then I want to just try something. And that's when I start laughing and being really evil and give them something that they may not be able to use, but maybe it's gold. So I just try to give them options.
What I really liked that you added to it, whether on purpose or not, is I loved the intensity and anger that Clark was even there. That was my favorite part. Like, how dare you come in here? And I'm going to make you pay for it now.
Yeah.
How dare you come into my house?
Alter my thoughts.
That's what I really liked about what you did on that.
Thanks, dude. Alex from Denton, Texas. Well, let's see what Alex has to say.
This is Alex from Denton, Texas for Season 7, Episode 12, Fracture. Did any of you guys question the continuity of changing the window behind Lex's desk when it had the Veritas symbol on it? I always know what part of the series I am if I see that symbol behind the desk.
I never noticed it. All right, let's go to Ed. Ed from Ohio.
Hey, this is Ed from Ohio, and I have a question for you about Season 7, Episode 12, Fracture. How fast are Luther helicopters and or jets that they can get Lex from Detroit, Michigan to Kansas in less than 1 hour? I need some clarification on this.
No, I have no clarification. Ed, you're absolutely right.
It's not that far.
I mean, but if I thought... I don't know, but you're not wrong.
We should just play the end of it real quick.
I mean, the Luther Corp helicopter, I don't know. It's not that far.
Here.
Clarification on this. Am I putting... Oh, no, I have on my suspenders of disbelief. Never mind, I got it.
Hilarious, Ed. We love you. Put those suspenders on. All right, here's the text. Hi, this is Monica from Chicago. Love seeing you at the Salute to Smallville. A question for Fracture. Clark ventures through Lex's mind and some memories. Have you ever wanted to do something similar, either experience how someone else thinks or experience some of their past? I don't know. Maybe my dad.
No thanks.
I'd like to see my dad's experience with his childhood.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
Get inside your parents.
I don't know. That's a risky move. It just change. I don't know. Sometimes things are best left unknown or unsaid, or I don't know. All right, now, Rosenbaum rating system. We're gonna go Rosenbaum rating. Ryan first.
Two. Let's do it.
2 roses for Ryan. Holy hell, Tom.
Can I go 1.5?
You can. 1.5 for Tom. It had some really good moments. So I think I'm going to go rose. I liked it, but I didn't love it. But I was like, it was okay. It was, it was interesting. But Ryan, you liked this one a lot.
I thought it was interesting. I thought your performance was great. I thought it was a little out of the norm.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I thought it was good. I just wasn't after seeing what was the episode? Persona. That one was so good that this has to be a rose if that was a 2.5. I mean, maybe a rose and a half. I'll go with Tom, a rose and a half.
I'm gonna walk it back too.
You're gonna go what?
I'm gonna go rose and a half.
All 3 of us give it a rose and a half.
He took Ryan down.
Death and save count. 1 dead. Chloe technically died again. 7 saved. Little Lex saves Clark in Lex's mind. Clark saves Lois and Kara IRL. What's IRL?
In real life.
In real life. And little Lex in Lex's mind. Chloe saves Lex and Clark with their powers. Chloe saves herself through 12 episodes. 18 dead, 32 saved. Series 236 dead, 261 saved. Ryan's favorite scene.
All right. Scene 1, the cold open where Lex gets shot in the junkyard.
Ooh, good one.
Scene 2, Lex makes Clark watch.
Ooh, good one.
Or scene 3, Clark and Lil Lex have a heart-to-heart.
Ooh, good one.
2.
Tom's gonna go 2. What was 2 again?
Utah. Give me 2.
What was 2?
Lex makes Clark watch.
That was just creepy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why Ryan likes it.
Scene. Yeah, you know what? I think it is. Yeah, 2.
I don't know. I don't like what that says. You guys think about me. That was it. 3. I like the.
You like the cheesy stuff? I thought for sure that one wasn't it.
I did. Maybe it's because I'm about to be an uncle and I was thinking about like kid stuff.
Be an uncle,
and but I don't like where your guys' heads went, and I'm concerned more that was what the result of this than.
No, it's fun. Yeah, I
like 3. No, I was moved.
I just thought that it was so bizarre that it stood out for you. That's all.
It was bizarre. I mean, it stood. We had.
You did put it on the list, Ryan.
Which is everybody called in about it. I mean, it really struck everyone.
Ryan, if you put it on your favorite list, it's top 3 scenes for you.
Sometimes.
So we're not insinuating.
It's not. It's just maybe it's like top 3 memorable moments of the episode. Listen,
that is it for this episode.
It's not like I've saved it later and I'm going to watch it every night.
It's literally called Ryan's favorite scenes.
Stick around next week as we go corporate and talk about episode 13, Hero. Let's take the discussion online. Let us know your thoughts on the episode over on our socials at Talkville Podcast or at Talkville Podcast or Talkville Pod. Show support by joining Patreon, patreon.com/Talkville. And if you want more information like merch from the show or a hotline number, you can find that all in the description. We love you. We need you. Thanks for listening. Always hold on to Smallville. Tom, Ryan, always a pleasure.
Remember, folks, always hold on to Smallville.
And we can't forget all of you who make this show possible. And so we're going to shout out to our top tier patrons. If you want to get your name shouted out on the podcast, go to patreon.com/Talkville. Many other perks, and you'll be helping the show. So if you want to continue, please support us. Little Lisa, Leanne P, Raj C, Santiago M, ThomasTomTurner, Shane W, BetsyD, Abhi P, KarenApple M, 99 more, Leilani N, Brett G, always hold on to Smallville, Charlie T, Garrett W, Bob K, Tom N, Jason W, Lana Rhymes with Banana W, Nancy D, Brian G, Grape Jelly 817, Amanda R, Teddy 127, Michael P, Ryan R, Randy B, Craig G, Jor-El,
Heather and Greg, we love you.
Heather.
I made Talkville say butts. Eric K, Clark's mom. Is that Martha? Kristen B, Finky. Damn, who's that? Gina E, General Zod, Doug R, Shanna I, Shanna 1, Shanna I, Ken the Limerick Guy, Corey L, Mr. Home Arcade, Claire M, D Brown, Jules M, El Don Supremo, Brian P, Mick Burtz, Ginger Moose, Christoph S. There is no fate, but what we make. Jessica B, Michael B, Sebastian F, Wolfie, and Little Wolfie. Love you guys too.
Did
Matthew,
you say
Lincoln
Leah
B.
here in California, a.k.a. Dorinia Croft?
I don't see that at all.
But I just said it. That's on there and you didn't say it, so I don't know if you have the right one, but keep going.
Okay. There's no fate but what we make. Jessica B, Michael B, Sebastian F, Wolfie and Little Wolfie, Matthew and Lincoln B, Mary Lou L, Shannon Fofan and Matt Maverick,
Randy S, Cassie B, Danny Moberabel, Mary K, Sophie L, When You're Rich You Aren't Crazy You're Eccentric, Rosamond fan Sammy Sharman, Derek R at the House of L, the Alexander Castle, Daryl E, Jenny B76, Monica T, Ms. M, Emily Who Locked, Jeffrey K, previously on Smallville, Keith B, Cookie K, Libertariat, Ivan G,
Danny.
Yep.
Yeah, we got Danny Z from Cleveland, Biagio C, Felicia B, Madison H, as told by Helen, Dr. J, grew up watching you play basketball at the Sixers, Kurt F, close to Dr. G and Dr. T, Flirtatious B, Eduardo P, Naaman L, One Lemon L, Smallville for life, Bobby B, Kendrick F, Stacy L, other brother, Daryl, Melanie P, Starla S, Charlie M, and Cheyenne F.
Yes, and Clois, it's Clois 28. AJS, Heather H, Tom and Michael's friend Mickey, Karen H, Hubs, Adam C, Jackie J, John Cruzville 26, baby W. Yeah, John. Bradley H, Nick H, Dan L. Is it Dan L?
Channel.
Coraline E, David A, Chanzo, we just talked to, Steph Meister, Jay the Broken, Hero Brooklyn, Ann M, Chris F, Kyle N, Bianca S, JD Rocks, Rebecca P, Jacob G, Erica H, Ramina N, Rich L, Cocoa Beach Kidneys, Anna H, Lexi, and Sid, Adriana G, The Blue Kiwi, Jessica R, Dylan C, and Greg G. If we forgot you, well, it was an error, and we love you, and we'll make sure we get you next week. But thanks for supporting the show. It's so many people's names. I love it. I love just, I love saying your name. So
it's fun, and it's fun meeting you guys too.
Yeah, it's even more fun when we get to meet them. So hey, we love you. We'll see you next week.